Well,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to another JJ Sports Talk. I'm your host, Will the Thrill.
I'm just Josh. Thank you for coming to hang out with another show. I want to apologize for last week, us not having a show. That was on me. I have a chronic illness that acts up sometimes, and it put me out last week. But we're not going to sit on that. I just want to let you guys know and say I'm sorry about that. And let's keep moving on. Let's go. We got some catching up to do, guys.
Yes, we do. We got our sports review for the NFL week. And since we missed the week, that means we got to do a quick rundown through week. Make sure I'm going to say this right. 7.
Yes.
Okay, good. I had to make sure I was on top of it still.
Yeah, yep, we're good. You're good. Oh, I know, Deadhead, but I feel bad because we tell you we're going to be here every week, but I wanted to let people know that it's an illness, so it could happen. But here we go, week 7. We got the Thursday night game, which was the Steelers going to Cincinnati versus the Bengals. The Bengals pulled it out 33-31. That's not a bad, especially with that being Flacco just getting there and stuff. That's not bad at all.
Nope.
Moving on, I think we had an early Sunday game, which was or whatever, but one of the first games I got on my list is we got the Rams going to the Jackson Jaguars, pulling out the 35-7 win. I know I lost on that one because I definitely went Jaguars. You got this one for sure.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say on that one. Let's move on to the next one. The Chicago Bears. The Bears. Taking on the New Orleans Saints.
The Bears pulled it out. The W. 26-14. Hey, Saints, they're still just rebuilding. They're going through the pain. And it is what it is.
That's all we can say. I mean,
it is what it is.
They're taking a punishment, so I won't be surprised next year they'll be a lot better. The New England Patriots traveled to Tennessee to battle the Titans, and the Titans, 31-13 Patriots.
Hey, Patriots are looking good up there right now. They're scary. They're
Hate
scary.
to say it, but
they're scary again.
They're getting scary again.
Yeah.
I feel bad for y'all New York, New Jersey fans for the Jets. Yeah, they fell to the Carolina Panthers 13-6.
What?
I can't believe the Panthers are 4-3.
Yeah, somehow. Hey, good job down there, guys.
Yeah. Kansas City moving on up. They beat the Las Vegas Raiders 31 donut, aka 0.
Okay, I expected the Chiefs to win, but not that.
Not that. At least a field goal.
Something. Put something on the board.
And they were still missing pieces at that point. Right. So we have the Miami Dolphins travel to Cleveland, battle the Browns. And Josh, did you pick the Dolphins too, or was it just me?
I don't remember now. That's 2 weeks ago.
If we did pick the Dolphins, man, do we look stupid because they got spanked, but at least they scored 31-6.
Well, they're falling apart down there. And we've been saying that all season. I don't know what's going on there. I think Tyreek Hill put the nail in the coffin for this season.
Any chance they had, it went down with him.
There's no real leadership from the players, from what is being seen, especially what happened a couple weeks ago with all the what came out in the press. So yeah.
All right. Everybody's except Josh's Philadelphia Eagles battled and traveled to Minnesota to beat the Vikings 28-22. Carson Wentz was the quarterback for that.
We'll get into more Carson Wentz stuff later this week. We'll get into that this week. But yeah, he was there. Hey, there was a good game. Hey, remember, I've been picking the Eagles.
Yeah,
they may not be my team, but I still pick them to win. I'm going to be honest. So I picked them to win. So yeah, y'all need to stop bashing on me. Yeah, I see you, Crystal. Go Birds.
All right, and this team, it surprises me week after week. Oh my goodness, the Indianapolis Colts 38-24 over the Chargers.
Yeah,
I mean, their running back is just amazing, and the way how like that team just gelled together. Daniel Jones still leading the league in passing. Like, it's who would have thought?
Nobody. It's just right spot, right time, and clicking, being in the right thing.
Yeah. All right, we got the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. Oh, that would have been good. That's a good matchup because the Broncos barely made it past 33-32. I have to say that's one of the closest games, I think, this week.
Well, that week, yeah.
Yeah, of that week. Sorry. Yeah, we're going like 2 weeks back, yeah. All right, Josh.
Broncos are looking good.
Talk about this one. Well, yeah, you do, because it's your team.
Oh, why? Yeah, well, Commanders coming to Cowboys. We pulled out what we should be doing. 44-22. That's the way we should be playing. That's the team that should be there every week.
Yeah.
Now, I will praise them this week.
The score looked. I said that, like, looking at the score.
No, you're thinking about this week.
Yeah.
You're thinking about this week. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. But yeah, Cowboys pulled it out. I had the Cowboys winning because they're my team.
Yeah.
We looked good. We played the way we should have been playing. We'll see what happens from there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I actually didn't pick your team. There's times I have, so I can't say, like, it's because it's Dallas. But no, I picked the Commanders because I thought with Jaden Daniels playing, they would have had a chance. But no, they were ready to they got spanked by Dallas. Enough said. Not going to go into more detail.
Hey, it happens. Can't win them all. And yes, I see the comments. Mary and Deadhead, Dallas still sucks and bum Cowboys. And Chris, thank you for coming and hanging out. Thanks for welcoming us back.
Thank you. Thank you all. Dallas still sucks. Bum Cowboys. What's up, boys? Welcome to Hell Back. Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Yeah. All right, so then we got the Packers going to the Cardinals, pulling out the win 27-23. Packers are looking good again. Yeah. It looks like they got back. Yeah. They're back on track. And we're only speeding through these ones because it's the makeup. When we get into this week that just passed, we will slow down and actually talk about the games and stuff coming out of them. We got the Falcons going to San Fran and losing 10-20. And yeah,
I don't mean to laugh, but it just amazes me how San Fran finds its ways. Like, they don't even have like their major players playing, but yet they always find a way. And it's great. That's why you love the game of football, because anything can happen on any given Sunday.
No, I believe that was the Kittle's game, first game back.
Yep.
That was the game Kittle's came back in. Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised, even though he's offense, he probably clothesline somebody, gets those extra yards.
Yeah, knowing him.
Well, he's a wrestling fan, if you guys
know that. Oh, big
wrestling fan.
He's at every event he can be. We got 2 Monday Night Football games that week. We have the Buccaneers going to Detroit and pulling out a loss, 9-24, which I don't think anyone. I like the Bucs, but Detroit's just
that was
Detroit
kind of like
right now
because the Bucs do find their way, and this was also the game that Mike Evans got hurt.
Yes. We will address that because that put him out. So
that put him out. Might be done for the season because it was a shoulder, but it was devastating.
Yep.
And Detroit won 24-9.
Yep. So then we go to our second Monday Night Football game,
the late night game.
Yes, and these were back to back. They weren't simultaneously like they've been doing. These were actually back to back games. You had the Texans going to Seattle, and Seattle Seahawks pulling out 27-19, which I think we both went with the Seahawks. I think kind of everyone was expecting that one.
And man, that stadium is a rough area to play. No matter who you are, it's still always tough to play in Seattle.
Yes.
Just the atmosphere, the noise.
Yeah, every player tells you says that all the time, that it's one of the hardest stadiums to play in. Alrighty, so this will be the week we didn't have any picks, unfortunately, but we will go in the stuff and talk about it a little bit more with some of the stuff going on with some of these games, especially. Yeah, there's a lot of injuries coming out of this week. Very, very bad week in NFL. But we'll start with Thursday Night Football. We have Minnesota going into San Diego. Oh, wait, are they still San Diego or are they Los Angeles now?
Los Angeles.
Yeah, these darn teams.
It's still California.
Yeah. And the Chargers winning 37-10. Big news coming out of this one. Carson Wentz, who seemed to be on a comeback this year, is now done.
Yeah.
He has to get surgery on his shoulder.
Yeah.
So
he's been playing hurt
now.
The last 2 games he has been hurt with the shoulder injury. He's just been playing through it. This game just capitalized on it.
Well, he actually had another injury on it during the game.
Yeah, during the game.
So that puts him out for the rest of the season, which really sucks for him. Stuff that I've seen and stuff is that a lot of people think this might be the end of his career now in the NFL, since he's had so many injuries, especially with his shoulders. We'll see. I hope a speedy recovery and a healthy recovery for him. For any player that gets hurt. And hope, see what happens for him in the future.
Yep. Then we have the Dolphins travel to Atlanta and surprisingly get a W. 34-10.
Yeah, it seems like poor Atlanta down there becomes everyone's beaten dummy after they come off a loss that they shouldn't have lost.
Right.
And they get blown out and destroyed. So I still don't believe in the Dolphins right now.
No.
Not at all.
I 100%. Well, here's one that we definitely are. I'm happy to see them back on the winning streak. Buffalo Bills 40. Carolina Panthers 9.
Yeah, because they were lost the last 2.
Yeah.
Yep. But you knew they were going to bounce back.
I think that's what it's called.
You knew they were going to bounce back. Good thing it's a good thing they bounced back quick and it didn't take long. And you know what? That might work in their favor because of getting that slump now. Come playoffs, they may not hit low like they have the last couple of years. So that might help them. Who knows? Who knows?
You're right, dude. You're right. How about this one? Now, this is, because I'm not a fan of them. It's fun to say their name. But, all right, the Chicago Bears. The
Bears.
Or Care Bears. I always keep saying Care Bears for some reason.
I don't know why you do that.
Took on the Baltimore Ravens. And the Ravens finally pulled off a much-needed win, 30-16.
And that was still without Lamar.
Yep.
Now, the coach said, I read a thing today, the coach said he should be back Thursday for Thursday night versus Miami. Now, also coming out of the Ravens game, Henry passed Walter Payton for touchdowns. An all-time record. So that's a big thing right there. Hey, congrats, Henry, man. That's a big, big honor.
Good job, King Henry.
That's great company to be up there with.
Yep. The San Francisco 49ers just couldn't find a way against the Houston Texans, 26-15. 15 is such a weird number for a football score. I know it happens, but it's so weird.
Yeah, especially because they went for a yeah.
They went
in the
for
third.
2 at one point.
Yep, in the third. Yep, because they got 8 points.
Like I said, unless you score 8 points all the way through, or they probably didn't trust the kicker, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. The revenge game for us Eagle fans. We played the Giants. And I got a comment on this one, too. I do want to say, too. Playing in here. And I can't wait to run down the halls and say this to anybody who I know is an Eagles fan. We ran the ball. We ran the ball. Not once. Not one running back. 2 running backs.
Overall, yeah.
Barkley and Bigsby. Tank and Saquon. Wow. 38-20. Okay.
Yeah, I watched some of that game. It was very fun to watch because I love a running game. I'm old school. Let's run that.
Old school run smash mouth.
Yep. So to see that was fun. But Hurts still did his thing with the passing too. Hey, can't take away from it but that came from the running. It made it easier.
Yeah.
It opened it up because they were so worried about it. So yeah, definitely a good week for them, for you guys. Not so much for the rest of our division.
Yeah, because it's to be 6-2. Now the comment I wanted to make on this, and I think Josh will touch this later, but the victory was bittersweet. But you don't ever want to see players.
Yes, hurt. I was going to get into that. Yeah. Yeah,
and I'm saying this because the Eagles organization was a class act. Even Braun, correct me if I'm wrong saying his name, was concerned about the rookie running back who became a big-time favorite just by making his appearances, showing his muscles. Like I said, liking him because he reminded me of Mike Allstott. And if you're a fan of the late 90s, early 2000s,
Smash Mouth
was like your Smash Mouth guy. You just love to see him truck people. So that's the vibe that this kid gave. I'm not going to say his name because I know I'm going to butcher it, like scatter it. And see, there's me trying.
Yeah, I don't. I just call him the crazy crazy rookie up in New York.
Yeah, the crazy rookie up in New York. Prayers and everything out to you because that was a bad ankle injury. The fact that the chief of security brought him a cheesesteak to the hospital. To cheer him up, and like I said, a class act of the Philadelphia Eagles organization to pay him a visit in the hospital.
He dislocated his ankle. He had the surgery already. Big Boom is his name. That brought the pizza and stuff. He went to the hospital and hung out with the family and everything and bought them pizza, cheesesteaks, and a whole bunch of other stuff and hung out. Braun went to the hospital and was there when he woke up and hung out and just sat there with him. And because Braun said he could not sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, all he kept seeing was him going down and him looking at him as they both knew what happened. Very, very big class act from the players and the whole organization of Philly for the whole situation. I know he's already did a couple press releases talking about it, thanking everybody, all the Philly fans, everybody. He's just one of those guys. Hey, he may be on the other team, but he's just one of those guys you respect him and you see what he loves the game and wants to play, and you can do nothing but respect that.
Right. All right. So let's get into some better news. The New York / New Jersey Jets got their first win. Oh my goodness. Even though it's by a point, it's their first win. 39-38 over the Bengals.
I have nothing. Good for them.
A win is a win. That's
And if I'm not mistaken, it was a comeback win too.
I believe you're correct on that. I mean,
yes, they put up. Hold on. I got it right here. 23 points in the fourth quarter to 7.
Wow. Yep. So that is a comeback.
Yeah, because they only had 16 points going into the fourth quarter.
Wowie, wow. Crazy.
Yeah. I wish that one would have been on one of the stations I could have watched that one. That would have been a nice one to watch. Holy crap.
You know, another team that's 6-2 is the New England Patriots, who took on the Cleveland Browns, winning 32-13. Patriots have just been doing what they've been meant to do. That's the scary thing.
Yeah. Good job up there. They're just clicking and getting it done. I know there was some stuff recently up in New England, but nothing big. But they're doing good up there. Hey, surprising.
Mayday. Their quarterback.
Yep.
All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked up the big win again, 23-3 against the New Orleans Saints. And as we've been saying week after week, they are rebuilding. So losses will be prominent on this franchise.
Yep. And the Buccaneers are a good team, so they should win that anyway now.
Now, there's a couple people that I know that's fans of this team. Josh, you could take this one.
No. No. I don't wanna. We have the Cowboys going to Denver, and we got disrespected. We got spanked 44-24. And you know what? We deserve it. That's the team. That's exactly the team we look like. We deserved every bit of that. Guess who showed up? Guess who showed up? My favorite person, McNabb 2.0, showed up. He's been doing so good. And then, of course, the game he's posted, He throws it. McNabb 2.0 shows up. I have no words for that man right now again. And it's not all on him. It's not all on him.
I was going to say, please.
It's not. It's not all on him. There was some bad. The penalties. They were pre-snap penalties.
Yeah.
So that's just stupidity.
Mental blocks on the line.
And it wasn't even the line because I saw some of it was the receivers. Like it was everybody. It was everybody.
Also, the defense. There is no defensive identity really.
No, because we lost it. You traded it away for somebody to look. The defensive tackle, Young. Is that his name? Young. No, I like him. He's a good player, but he wasn't what we need. So why go after something we don't need? And then our GM owner, whatever the heck you want to call him, comes out and goes, "Oh, I definitely know it's going to take more than one trade. It's not just going to be one trade to make our team better." No, really? But it's one trade to make us worse. It took one trade to make us worse.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That definitely did happen.
I get it. There's stuff that was going on behind the scenes too that we still not going to come out that might have been said between all of them that went to the trade, whatever. Well, what you do everything you can to try to keep your best defensive player.
At least.
And that's no diss to Diggs and some of the other guys that are there. But he was our guy, especially on the outside. Look what he's doing in Green Bay. That there tells you how much he means.
And he really boosted Green Bay big time over that. So that's really all the fans is in the face with this one.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy.
Crazy, I wouldn't even say that. I think it's beyond me.
We got the Titans going to Indianapolis, and
the
Colts once again 38-14, pulling out another way. Really, kudos to them up there. That's all I can keep saying.
Number one in the AFC. Number one. And it's not just the passing. Their running game is ridiculous. So kudos to that line. And Jonathan Taylor, who's, I want to say, scored at least 2+ touchdowns a lot of the times in these games, rushing and receiving. So he's the Barkley this year. I'll put it that way.
Yep. And their defense is good too. That's the scary part. It's not just the offense. Because the defense is closing, shutting people down still. So, yeah. They're going to be very, very scary.
Yeah. All right. For the Sunday night game, the Green Bay Packers traveled to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, first time facing the Green Bay Packers. And, they let him have it. They said, even hearing from the beginning, you saw fans talk about Aaron Rodgers. Thank you. But you're in a different jersey now, my friend. So,
they showed him his respect early, and then
they gave him his respect.
Once the game started, it was over, and I watched a little bit of it. It was a fun game to watch. It was. Especially early. I watched it. It was a gun.
Does not let me do it.
I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched some of it, and it was fun to watch.
Yep. Green Bay won 35-25.
Yeah. So Green Bay goes to 5-1-1.
Yep. And who was that tie with?
Yeah. We know. Hold on. I want to check something. Oh, hold on. What team am I looking at? Packers. Okay. Defense. Parson had 1 tackle and 1 sack in that game.
I figured you were doing that. You had to check up on your old.
Hey, I still like him. I don't care what team he plays for.
I got you. Hey, there's a lot of players that I like that too. And it's just upsetting. It is upsetting. The Kansas City Chiefs are back in their winning ways now that they're getting a lot of their pieces back from injury. Rice just returned from injury. 28-7 against the Commanders here in Arrowhead. And I think Travis Kelce. He set a record. I want to say it's most receiving touchdowns by a tight end on primetime television.
Yes. Yep. I do believe he did that because I knew he was close the last time they were on primetime. They were talking about it. I do believe so, yes. But I will. Oh, I lost Will. Now I will say this: the last time the Chiefs did not look good in the first half. That's for sure. The Chiefs were looking bad.
That was my fault. I was looking at.
Yep, it's all good. It's all good. But the Chiefs pulled it out, but they did not look good in the first half.
No.
That was a whole second half game for them. But they still pulled it out. Mahomes, he did his Mahomes thing.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
That's all you can say. Because, I mean, the man's, like him or not, he has his ways.
He's just
making
got
the play
it.
or prolonging the play. And like I said, he's getting his weapons back. So that pretty much wraps up for week 7 and 8. We could run down week 9. Just run it down. We don't have to say, we can just say who we like real quick and then go continue from it. All right, so tomorrow, today's Tuesday. Tuesday night is when we record. Thursday night football. The Baltimore Ravens traveling to the nice weather of Miami.
I go Ravens with Lamar coming back.
The the Chicago Bears. See, I did it again, Jeff. Taking on Cincinnati, the Bengals.
Let's go Bears.
The Bears.
Bears. Let's go Bears.
Let's go Bears. Care Bears. All right, Minnesota. Questionable who's going to be their quarterback. Playing Detroit.
Doesn't matter, Detroit. Doesn't matter, Detroit.
Doesn't matter, Detroit.
If Wentz wasn't hurt, I'd give him a chance. But right now, they're going to be in.
Their other backups are banged up. I mean, the guy who's supposed to be starting was listed as third for emergencies.
Wentz went into the season as the third string. He wasn't even the second string. But yeah.
Oh man. All right, so we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field.
Let's go Packers.
The Tundra.
Let's go Packers.
Go Packs. Cheeseheads.
Going with the heads.
The Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Chargers.
Yeah, let's go Chargers.
All right. The smoking hot New England Patriots are home against the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons is pretty much like a flavor of the month or week, however you want to put it. But I'm going Patriots because they seem like they got their stuff together.
Oh, yeah, definitely Patriots.
All right. The San Francisco 49ers against the New York Giants. Giants are home. I will have to say I'm going with the 49ers. just because I
Yeah,
think more veteranship on that, and
yeah,
they'll find
and
a way.
they might be getting some more
Players
of
back.
not like Purdy. I don't think Purdy yet, but I think some of the other like role player guys are coming back too. I think now.
Guys that are mostly in the rotation.
Yeah, role players.
All right. Yeah, this is a tough game. I could probably see this game being one of the popular ones. Indianapolis Colts traveling to Pittsburgh, waving my terrible towel. Well, I don't got one. It's hidden. But taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. As much as I want to go for my Steelers, and yes, Steelers are my second team. I'm a Pennsylvania fanboy. I got to go Colts. Gotta go with the Colts.
Oh yeah, I'm going Colts. I'm riding them coattails. I'm riding that.
You got the best offense and one of the toughest defenses playing in the NFL right now.
Definitely riding that.
All right, the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans.
Broncos. Let's go Broncos.
Broncos.
They're looking good up there. They got is it Dixon?
Bo Nix.
Nix, that's right, Nix. I knew it was like Dixon, Nix. Something. He's looking good up there.
Bo Nix.
I'm impressed with what I've seen the last couple of weeks watching some of them.
The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Let's go Jags.
Jags.
Just Jags, yeah.
And the rebuilding New Orleans Saints taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Rams, as much as it hurts me to say.
All right. Now, I'm surprised this isn't Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Buffalo just because winter is among the fall. You got the Chiefs coming back, playing bright, and God, I like Kansas City just because I like Andy Reid, but it's regular season, so I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. I'm going with the home team. These two always have a dogfight, and you never know who could pull it out. If it was playoffs, I would say the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But we are talking regular season, so I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll go with Buffalo at home, especially after they just bounce back. Hopefully that momentum just carries them right through this game. Since they just had like their little slump. So hopefully this carries them, and this will prove what the Bills are going to do this year. Yep. This game right here.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
This proves how far the Bills go in the playoffs.
The Seattle Seahawks.
That's my call. That
Washington to face the Commanders. The Seahawks. Because I don't think Jaden Daniels is back yet.
Let's go Seahawks, please. I don't care if he's not or not. Let's go Seahawks because I need the Commanders to start losing. Start losing. Keep losing.
And your
because even with this game, I do not have confidence in my team at all. The Cardinals are coming to the Cowboys on Monday Night Football, and I have no confidence in my team to even win that game.
Well, Murray's out too, so whoever the backup is,
I don't care. I don't care.
I'm actually picking your Cowboys.
I'm gonna pick the Cowboys, but no, it doesn't matter. Did you see the team that played this Sunday? Did you see the team that played this Sunday?
Yeah. But they're home on this one, so it's they get that home energy. It's Monday night.
Yeah, but we're still probably gonna be without Diggs. Because he's under concussion protocol because he got a concussion at home. It didn't even happen on the field. He did something at home and hit his head and got a concussion.
But hopefully by Monday he might be cleared.
Yeah, might. But it doesn't matter.
Damn, whatever he was doing at home, man.
He was playing with his kids or one of his kids or something like that. I forget exactly what the story was.
That must have been some bump.
Yeah, he hit his head pretty hard. Apparently, I don't know.
To cause a concussion like that, yes. And Eagles have a bye. So, no Eagles for a week. Recovery time.
Yeah, for you guys, good. Yeah, it's good for you guys, yeah.
And this is kind of like the halfway mark of the season.
It actually is, yeah.
Yep. Week 9. Starting week 9. 18-week seasons now. All right. And that covers our football segment from last week to this week. Thank you all for your patience for that. MLB news, World Series. And, man, last night's game was something for those who stood up late night. Kudos to y'all because the game went to 18 innings in game 3. Another walk-off home run by Freeman.
Yep, and 18th inning. Yep.
Yep. And the Dodgers are leading. Oh, so you know, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. And, yeah.
And game
Dodgers
4 is actually
winning the series 2-1. Thanks to that.
Yep, and the game they play tonight at 8.
Yep.
So they start in like 20 minutes.
So if you're a big fan, get ready to watch it for game 4. Definitely going to at least 5 right now if the Dodgers pull this win out tonight. Or it could be afternoon. I think they're still in L.A. The game's still in L.A.?
Yes. Yep, they're at L.A., yep.
So it's like 8, technically, subtract 3. So it's like a 5 o'clock game over there.
Yeah, yep.
Poor Josh. I saw that comment.
Yeah. Because of my Cowboys, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
I have not watched any of the World Series. Not a baseball fan. I know Deadhead in chat is a big baseball fan, especially a Phillies fan, but he's all on baseball. So I know he's probably been keeping an eye on it. But yeah, 18 innings. I think they said that was a record for World Series game or something like that. I think I saw
the second longest game in World Series history.
Okay, I knew it was something up there in the record. See, I do pay attention to stuff. May not follow baseball and know everything, but I pay attention to what's going on. Try to anyway.
Yeah, I'm giving you your props. And, of course, because we missed last week, I will say, and technically this is still tip-off season for the NBA. Yay! Yes, that is my favorite sport. I am an NBA fanatic. I love basketball. I wish I was good at it, but yes, I love basketball. And surprise, as me being a Philadelphia Sixers fan, we are 3-0. Beating the Boston Celtics at opening night. And the biggest surprise is the rookie, VJ Edgecombe. My goodness, what a debut. And he continues to bring that energy in almost every single game that boy plays. And him and Maxey is actually the second most duo within a 3-game period of scoring the most points per game average as a duo, which isn't that common here. News from being a Philadelphia Sixers fan. So it's something to cheer about.
Yeah, especially in the recent years. Like I said, I have not been following basketball over the last few years. I am going to start trying to get back into it a little bit more. It's very hard. It's hard for me to watch basketball now. But I definitely still pay attention. Just try to pay attention. Plus I have Crystal my coworker who will be sure to keep me updated with stuff, especially when it comes to LeBron.
That's a whole
And
nother
Sixers
story
stuff.
with
She's a
that
Sixers fan
situation.
too. Yeah, and I thought I had something saved that I wanted to. Oh, here it is. I know I had something for last week. Let me see. I don't know. So I don't know how much this is true. It was a big thing about a whole bunch of Curry Irvin was out to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
He's not supposed to come back till 2026, apparently.
Yeah. He's not due back till next year. You know, it takes pretty much a year.
Like I said, don't really follow basketball like that. We'll start to again, so I have more information when it comes to basketball and can say stuff more again.
Well,
why is
LeBron's barely played if he didn't play any, so it's really been the Luka show in LA. Austin Reeves has been another big assistant for those Laker fans out there. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the champs, are still rocking and rolling. They beat Durant on their opening night when they got their rings, and surprise, surprise, pulled out a double overtime victory, not once but twice, playing in the second game against the Indianapolis Pacers, who they faced in the finals last year, and pulled out a victory over there. So there's the OKC Thunder. Champs doing very well in the opening season in the NBA. So this season's looking pretty good. As mentioned, the Sixers are doing very well. Like I said, they're just a week in. That started last Monday. So please keep your local facts as well as your channels and stuff like that on watching your favorite team play. Hockey news.
Yep.
Josh, take it away, my friend.
No, actually, before we go to hockey, I know their season's over, but we will say something about WNBA. Their collective bargaining agreement deadline is Friday, and from what people are saying, it's not even close to being met. So it looks like there may be a lockout or something else coming from the WNBA soon. Hopefully not, because I think that will hurt them.
Afford a lockout, man.
I think because the good thing is, even with the deadline Friday, they have time to work it out before it would become a lockout.
Okay.
Because literally the season just ended. So
right.
they don't. So they have till the season starts to try to figure it out.
So they do.
So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but the deadline is this, and I don't know what that means for legally, whatever can happen with the players and what they can and can't do once the agreement is not met. So, hopefully it works out, especially before the next season. That would really, really hurt, especially after all the good they've had this past season, especially with the record with the finals and stuff like that.
Yep.
That would not be the way we want to go.
Right, because they'll straight up lose all that momentum that they gained. That's pretty much what it would hurt. And they got praised because they got praised pretty much like you said, record-setting numbers for the finals, and even with Caitlin not playing, you still had a good fan base watching.
Yep. But from what I've read and looked at it's more. It's not the players. It's the WNBA, the commissioner, and them. They're the ones that don't want to budge at all, and they need to, because these girls need to get paid evenly as other athletes. I'm not saying everyone should be paid exactly the same, but they definitely deserve more money than what they're getting right now.
Kudos.
So I'm all for the players. I'm backing them. Take it to them, and you guys get what you deserve. Now we can move on to the NHL.
Very well put.
Now we can go into our NHL. Yes, hockey season. And today is a very crazy day in NHL. For all your NHL fans, Frozen Frenzy means every team in the NHL is playing tonight. And actually, one of the first games that started tonight was Battle of Pennsylvania with the Flyers and the Penguins. Penguins are here in Philly. Right now, pretty much the end of the second period, it looks like. And the Flyers are up 2-1. So, yeah. Another game going on. We got the Maple Leafs and the Flames. So we got some battles going up in Canada. They're tied 2-2 almost at the end of the second period, too. There hasn't been. I know the Flyers have been looking good with their rebuild going so far this year. Some of the games I've been able to watch and catch, they've looked good. They still got a long way to go, but they've looked good. And I know Hart signed with Vegas. Can't start till December, something like that. So that's good for him. And I know some of the other junior players that were involved in that whole situation also signed with some teams. I don't remember exactly where, because I wasn't following them as much because I didn't know who they were. I didn't watch them before the incident. Hart, I knew, especially because he's local. He's local to Philly, so I hear about him, especially from my cousin and stuff who's a Flyers fan. He'd always talk about it. So, and me just being a hockey fan. So there's some crazy news coming out of NHL over the last week. And it's only their first real week because they're only into their first week or so too of the season. Ryan Kessler, ex-Vancouver Canuck, former player, is facing sexual conduct charges in Michigan. 2 different sexual sex charges. Not sure exactly what I read. They didn't give much information. So that was big coming out today. But also the other day, the NHL suspended assistant coach of the Washington Capitals, I believe. And then the Capitals then fired him afterwards because he's apparently has some charges or some stuff coming out on him, and they don't of domestic violence or something like that, and the NHL has a zero tolerance for that.
Yes, they do. I definitely am aware of that. Also, we're talking about the Washington Capitals. Tonight he's playing tonight. Ovechkin is 1 goal from entering 900.
Yep.
He's hitting on 899.
Yep.
So if he makes it, that's history being made right there.
Yes, it is. And hey, keep doing it, man.
Keep doing it.
Crazy 8, man.
Yep. Ovi. Well deserved, dude. Well deserved when you do it.
Yep. You broke Gretzky's record. Just keep going and set your own, and hey, it'll be someone else's goal to come beat yours then. But yeah, that's pretty much what the NHL right now. Like I said, big night tonight. All 32 teams playing. Crazy night. Some games are on ESPN, and of course, your local team stations and stuff like that, wherever you are. My team, we play the Blues in about 15, 20 minutes.
The good old Red Wings, Detroit.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, we were just on a 5-game winning streak, and we still may be, so let's go. Because we're in the middle of a rebuild, too, so let's go. But yeah, there's a lot going on tonight. As an NHL, as a hockey fan, there's hockey. Go watch it tonight. And This is as of 10:28 when we're recording.
Yeah. Of
All right,
course,
so
for
that,
all your sports news and everything, don't forget to go to ESPN or good friend Google.
yes, that's my best friend. And I work IT and it's still my best friend.
All right,
So,
topic of the night. Josh, you had something in mind you'd like to talk about before we sign off at 8 o'clock.
oh, we can go a little bit longer if you're okay with that. Let's talk
Okay.
about this because this is something that I've had discussion with plenty of. I did say that Deadhead. I did say they were doing good, that they looked good. Is everyone always argues about what's the toughest sport physically to play, stuff like that. I look at it as physically and skill wise. Now, when I look at it, I look at of course, the major ones: baseball, football, hockey, basketball, and we'll even throw soccer in there because that's a big world one, right? We're not. So I always get into arguments about what I think, like I said, is the hardest one. And I'm not just talking about physically on your body or physically played because you're getting hit playing football or tackled or whatever. Because if you want to look at that, the toughest sport is, if you want to look at just that and it's not on my list as ones I mentioned, but that's rugby.
Yeah.
Rugby is the most physical, toughest, grueling sport there is. But I'm going to more civilized sports. we'll go with, and look, and I'm not, these are in no orders or anything like that, but you got basketball. Yeah, it takes some skill, but a lot of it's running. You learn that as young. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that comes. Dribbling is where you becomes more of the skill and the actual getting the shot. Take nothing away from it. Boom. But they're a little bit easier to pick up because you use them a lot and stuff like that. Then you go to baseball, catch. Everyone plays catch as a kid, usually with their friends, parents, something. So you learn that. Most of the skill for baseball becomes the hitting and the pitching. Other than that, a lot of it's running and stuff, basic stuff that you do.
Yeah.
Then, so I covered what that was: basketball, baseball. We'll go to soccer. We'll go to soccer. Okay, and like I said, these are in no order. This is just my feeling on how I look at these sports.
Okay.
Soccer, a lot of running. Definitely a cardio sport. I will not deny that. Very, very cardio and leg, of course, because you're kicking. But running and a lot of that, you learn is a natural thing. Dribbling the ball and stuff like that takes a lot of skill because I've tried playing soccer and not my greatest sport to play.
The dribbling aspect looks easy, but like you said, it does take a special skill set to actually dribble the ball and be very good at dribbling and maintain control of that ball.
Yes.
Then lining up a shot on having the ball go where you want it to go, not just kicking it and then you send it to the moon.
Right. And then you go into football.
Okay.
And American football. Yes, very physical, very taunting, very grueling, a lot of rules, very demanding. Very demanding.
Yes.
But unless you're in a skilled position, you can get away with not having a lot of skill, talent. You know, and I'm not dissing anybody because I'm an ex-football player. It's hard to play every position, but it's an easier sport to pick up, in my opinion. Now, for me, the hardest all around, and this includes physical on your body, learning the skills, and stuff like that, is hockey. And like I said, everything else is no order, but hockey is hands down, for me, the most skilled, hardest sport to learn. Because first off, before you can play, you got to learn how to skate forward. Then learn how to skate backwards. Then learn how to stick handle. Learn how to shoot. Then put all the equipment on and learn how to do it all again with equipment on, which is 10 times harder. Then learn all the rules. And then learn how not to get yourself killed by skating with your head down and stick handling and all this other stuff. And how to hit and all this other. So for me, and I'm not just saying this because I know people, this is what people always throw at me is because you played hockey. Da, da, da. No, I thought this before I even really played hockey like that. And I will say this, and I've had this argument with other hockey players that don't agree with me. But this is my opinion. This is how I feel. And to me, hockey, all around, physical, skill-wise, and everything, is the heart. Is one of the most difficult sports to do because you have to do so much and learn so much. Even before you can try to get on the ice and play a game, there's so much you have to learn to play to do so that you don't get hurt or get someone else hurt. So in my opinion, hockey, hands down, is the toughest all-around sport. Will, what's your opinion?
You brought up a lot of good points. I was listening to you. I actually could say I was listening to you. But for you to, I mean, football, like you said, depends on what position you do. And I do have a learning disability.
Oh, so do I.
The football was one sport I really had trouble with. It was learning the gaps and the holes. And when you're in the huddle, the quarterback tells you what play. And when I was in, he actually had to give me codes so I understood. And it was kind of cool that like they worked with me to understand that, but it still requires like a set of skills to be trained and to learn on it. Mm-hmm. Linemen are the same way because you got to know which way you're going, especially just because you're big and you work out in the weight room. There's still a skill on how to not get caught holding when you're trying to get the person back to protect the quarterback if you're a lineman. Defense is pretty much where it really doesn't take much because as a lineman, which I played as a nose tackle, I'm proud to say I was one of the smallest nose tackles, and therefore I'm in the dirt, in the pile, ready to get piled on. Yeah, it's just getting back there and cause as much havoc as you can to get to the guy carrying the ball.
Yeah, and like I said, I wasn't trying to disrespect football players because I was running back, I was a lineman and everything, so I understand all that. But it's easier to play football compared to hockey. It was my whole meaning of that. Like I said, I wasn't trying to diss the other sports or anything like that. It's just, in my opinion, before you can even get on the football, you can kind of walk on and start trying to play.
Yeah.
Hockey, you can't.
No.
You can't. And that was my point of what I was saying of like hockey, you can football, you can kind of be like, oh, I can walk on, and is what I meant is that you can kind of walk on and start learning how to play. Where hockey, you cannot.
You cannot. Unless you're running around with, you're not having skates on, you're not having anything on your feet. Pretty much anything on your feet.
Playing deck hockey.
But if you're talking about like ice hockey, yeah, because not many people know how to ice skate, let alone the coordination to move forward and backwards, sometimes sideways. On ice skates. I didn't think I knew how to ice skate, but luckily I grew up rollerblading. Of course, roller skating, then rollerblading. And once I put ice on, to me, it was similar to rollerblading, except on ice.
As long as you didn't have the figure skate ice skating, yes, it was almost exactly the same thing. Rollerblades to ice skates were the same thing. As long as you didn't have the figure skates, because the figure skates, your ankles went,
yeah,
because they had no support whatsoever. But if you had like regular ice skates, like the hockey skates and stuff, yeah, rollerblade and hockey and ice skating were pretty much the same.
Thank you, Iceworks. Okay, I get what you were saying.
Yeah, like I said, I was just saying like the most like basketball, you can walk onto the court and start playing pretty easily.
Right.
You know what I mean? Soccer, you can go onto the field and kind of start picking up the game pretty easily. The basic stuff to get started. That's all I was saying was hockey. Your basic is you have to learn how to skate first.
There is no do, just try. There is no try. It's just do.
And then if you want to add deck hockey into that, like you were talking about playing on your feet, you still have to learn how to shoot and stick handle and stuff before you can even play. You still can't just walk on in and do that because you'll get yourself murdered.
Yeah.
Because I played deck hockey when I first started. And I played in leagues and played roller. And deck hockey was actually harder because you're running. It's actually harder and more physical because you're grinding more because everybody's on feet and stuff like that. So I prefer roller. And that's why I say hockey is just a more. You can't just walk on, and nobody can just walk on off the street and start.
Oh, by far no.
And be like, okay, I got this. Now, basketball, football, a lot of the other sports, you can kind of walk on and be like, all right, I understand what's going on. Let's play. Like, I can do this. Hockey, if you can't skate, like I said, unless you're playing deck, but I'm talking more of like ice hockey. If you can't skate, you can't play. So if you got to learn that before you can do anything else.
Well, yeah. For that sport, definitely.
And like I said, that's my opinion. Other people may say something else is more, and that's your opinion. Everybody, and that's why that's what our show is about. Everyone talking about their opinion. Everyone's give your opinion of how you feel about something. No one's right or wrong. We're just here to talk and have fun.
We're just discussing.
Yep, it's here to have fun and get people's opinions and stuff like that. I do see we got some people putting stuff in the thing. We got Deadhead saying hockey. We got football and hockey and football is hard. Yeah, and I agree. Football is right up there with hockey. Like they're like my 1 and 2. I would definitely go football. Like football and hockey are like my 1 and 2 because of everything, especially because football especially once you start putting the helmet and pads on, it becomes a lot harder. And like we were like you were saying with the gaps and learning all the different plays and stuff like that. Hey, I was a running back. I played all different positions, and that stuff was never easy. I always had problems. I would always go up to, especially when I played tight end, I go to lineman. What play is this again? Am I going for a pass or am I staying in and blocking? And he'd tell me, and I'd be like, all right. Because sometimes I'd forget.
Yeah.
Especially when you got calls that are so close together. They're like the same kind of call plays. And like I said, it's not against baseball and stuff like that. But they're especially baseball is such an American old-time sport that maybe not nowadays, but our age group and stuff, we learned how to play that. That was one of the first things we learned how to play.
Yeah, it's one of them.
I said one. I didn't say the very first, but one of the first ones because they teach you at school. It's one of the first ones they teach you at school and everything. They teach you at least the catching part and like t-ball or whatever. Like,
yeah, you're right.
So it's like it's a version. It's baseball.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it's either baseball or soccer.
Yeah, especially now it's more soccer, a lot more soccer, baseball. But I know when I was younger, it was more baseball. Like especially in gym class and stuff like that, it was like t-ball and stuff like that.
I'm gonna say shout out to Rose Tree Park Soccer. Thank you for what y'all were doing back in the early 80s. If you still do it, bless your hearts. Because that's where I started playing soccer at in media. Was Rose Tree. And then down at Springton Lakes baseball field is where I really got into baseball. And he mentioned t-ball. T-ball was a lot of people's first sports games that, if you didn't have the hand-eye coordination, they set that stand up, you whack that ball. Yep. And that's where a lot of people's timing came and having catch developed a lot of skills. And
and then that's why I put baseball as like one of the more. It's easier because you do learn especially like I said when we were younger stuff like we were just saying you learned it younger.
Yeah.
You didn't learn hockey. You didn't learn hockey in gym class and stuff. Other than that thing with the stupid string ball they would try giving you, or when you had to scoot around in the cart, the little go-kart, the little square things that you'd run your fingers over 10,000 times, trying not to fall off. And with a little stick, that was all the hockey you knew growing up, really. and, and that's that's the thing. Hockey still gets a bad rep because of the physicality of it.
Which I think is funny because it's
more because it's
really.
It's more because of the actual fights to break out. It's more of the fights to break out. So I get it to an extent, but my thing is, these are parents complaining about their kids watching, then don't let your kid watch it.
Right.
You know what happens in hockey. Hey, like we talk about wrestling. It's like parents that complain about wrestling, then don't let your kid watch it.
Right. You control what they watch.
Exactly.
But then again, also, that means you got to start blocking it on the phones. Don't be ruining stuff because your kid and you think your kid
because you don't like something
with it. If you don't want your kid to watch something, there is parental guidelines to follow, so that could turn it off. Don't ruin it for everybody because you're not happy with it. And that's something that everybody in the world needs to realize. That's on any damn thing that really pisses people. That pisses me off more. Look, now I'm getting hot. Because it's like it ruins it for everybody. Now you try to get opinions that people don't even think about in there. That's wrestling. That's in any sport.
Yeah.
Like football, yes. Football I get because of the whole concussion thing, because a lot of guys are getting bigger, they're getting stronger, they're getting faster. So understanding more with the concussion protocols and they take that really serious now. And yes, people are going to get hit because they even formed the hits where a defender really has trouble hitting somebody nowadays. We're not going to see those blow-by hits like, oh my God. No. If people keep complaining on that, we're going to end up having one of the most popular watched sports, period, such as football, and it'll be flag football or two-hand touch football because people are going to get sick and tired, but nobody's going to pay to watch that. So therefore, it's not going to happen. And, we might have to do someone's favorite sport, fishing. Fishing is a relaxing sport.
We got two big fishing. I know two big fishing fans in the chat. Looks like we might have a third one, but I know two of them because they're both my cousins.
I'm not
because they're both my cousins.
Because fishing is one of the most relaxing sports you could ever have, and you could sit back and watch someone fish, and once you see that size of that fish that they get, and weigh it, you go like, oh my, let's go. That's pretty much what we'll end up getting is something like that. Pro bass fishing is out there, by the way, folks. If you didn't think I knew. I know some things, not a lot.
Yeah, and like the hockey, the biggest thing that these parent groups, censorship people keep going after is the fighting. They took
the fighting out of it.
No, they're still fighting,
but not as much.
There's not, but okay, so they're all.
Josh, it's not like we're at the face-off, we're talking trash, and then we don't even go for the puck. We just drop our gloves and we're brawling. Straight up like Claude Lemieux did.
No. Hey, let's not go there. That man. That man does not exist. That man does not exist. That man is evil.
I knew he was going to get you riled up.
But no, they do. No, they do still do that sometimes. But I said all 32 teams are playing tonight. That's 16 games. I bet you out of them, there's probably only 3 or 4 of them have fights. Now, I'm not saying couldn't be multiple fights in them games.
Okay.
But only 3 or 4 of them most likely will have fights. And that's what they attack the most in hockey is fighting. Dude, leave it alone. If you don't like it because you think it's violent, we don't need you watching it then. Leave us hockey people alone and let us enjoy our sport. You go over there and go sow your whatever you're sowing, doing whatever you're doing, with your woke, hurt, I just want to be grumpy and cause problems with everybody else. Self over there and leave us alone.
Right.
And that also goes for us wrestling fans. Leave us alone too because y'all do the same thing to us. Leave us alone too.
You heard him. You heard? All right. we definitely did a good discussion, man. Good way of bringing that up. We'll have another one next Tuesday. If anything changes, please stay following our social medias, as well as other taglines that you probably can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, as well as TikTok for some of our segments. And of course, YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, which we do have a good number of comments. Thank you all for attending JJW Sports Talk. I'm Will the Thrill.
I'm just Josh, and thank you again. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and the bell so you know when we're live. And also in our link, there's our link tree, which can get you to all of our stuff because we are, like he was saying, Spotify, everything. We're also on Amazon Podcasts now too. So and also find us on Facebook. Find us. That's where you can get probably the best updates for us right now because I will be watching that as best as possible. And trying to keep stuff posted, especially like reels and other stuff to let you know when other stuff's coming out. You can find us on podcasts starting sometime tomorrow afternoon. This podcast will be up on the podcast services. But once again, I'm just Josh. Thanks for hanging out. Peace, and we'll see you on the next one.